Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to our webinar today. I'm Monica, a trainer here at Trubisol Academy, Australia. I'm so glad you could join us. This is the second session in our ongoing webinar series, and today we are diving into a topic that's incredibly important for all educators, whether you're just starting out or you have been teaching for years. Our topic for today is an overview on the role of teachers in the virtual classroom. And note that this session will be recorded for training and learning purpose. Agenda for today's webinar is overview on the topics facilitators of learning, building community, and continuous professional development. We all know the shift to online learning hasn't just changed the tools we use. It has completely transformed how we teach and what it means to be a teacher. Today, teachers are not just delivering content. We have become facilitators of learning, builders of community, and lifelong learners. Let's explore each of these roles. First thing, let's begin with the first role, facilitator of learning. Traditionally, when we see teachers were viewed as sage on the stage, the central source of information. But in today's virtual classroom, that role is shifting. We are more like a guide on the side. As facilitators, our job is to help students explore knowledge on their own using digital tools and interactive experiences. We support them in navigating content, thinking critically, and also collaborating effectively. Here are few ways, you can do this. First thing is you help the students navigate and evaluate online content. You teach them how to identify credible sources and also question what they read. Second thing is incorporate interactive tools. So interactive tools like simulations, educational videos, web-based activities that will make the learning active. Third, encourage collaboration and problem solving through group tasks, peer reviews, and open-ended questions. So how do you apply these things in practice? So one of the powerful approach is a flipped classroom. So here what we do is you pre-record your lessons, keep them short, focused, so students can watch them at their own pace. Then during the live session, you focus on interaction, discussion, Q&A, and applied learning. So use of digital platforms like Google Slides and other platforms will make the learning engaging and the activities also becomes more engaging. Okay, let me give you an example. So instead of lecturing about an ecosystem, what you do is you assign students a virtual field trip to a national park website. So you ask them to explore about biodiversity, then collaborate in groups and create Google slide presentation. This turns a passive topic into an active student-centered experience. That's what facilitation looks like in this digital age. So let's move to our second key role, that is community builder. So in a physical classroom, what happens? Students connect naturally. But in a virtual space, the connection is not automatic. Students feel isolated. They can feel isolated. So when students feel disconnected, learning suffers. So that is why it is important for teachers to create a sense of community online, which is safe, inclusive, and also interactive. When students feel that they belong, they are more engaged, more motivated, and also more open to learning. So here are some ways you can build that connection with the students. You can start each session with a quick check-ins. Like I call it as a mood meter activity. So ask students, how are you feeling today? Then ask them to drop an emoji to describe your morning. Second thing is you can ask them to use breakout rooms for small group discussions and also for collaborative tasks. Here, they will be encouraged in participating in activities, and this will encourage the students who are very quiet in the classroom. Fourth thing, create discussion boards or chat channels where you can ask students to share their ideas, ask questions, or simply you can just socialize with them. And the last, celebrate personal milestones. Whenever you acknowledge their small achievements, like completing a difficult task, it will make students feel valued. So, positive feedback is very much important in building connection with the students. Okay, so here's a simple activity which I do it with my students. Every Monday, when we start the class, do an activity called Weekend Wins Chat. That means I ask the students to share one positive thing from their weekend. So by doing this, it's a great way I can build trust. We can build trust and lift the mood and kick off the week with positivity. So remember, whenever students feel connected, they show up not just physically, but emotionally and intellectually. Okay, that is why it is important for us to build this community with the students, build a connection with the students. Moving on to the next topic, continuous professional development. So, the educator in this digital age, the learning never really stops. New technologies, platforms, and teaching strategies are constantly emerging. So, to stay effective, we need to embrace the mindset of being a lifelong learner. Okay, how can you do that? You can attend webinars so that you stay updated on the trends of EdTech, virtual engagement, student well-being webinars. All these things are very important. Second is pursue certification. This will build your confidence and credibility when you're certified. And third, you can join some professional learning communities. You can find these groups on LinkedIn, Facebook, where you can share resources, ask questions, and also you can be inspired by the things that you see there. And the last, follow educational thought leaders. You can read blogs, listen to podcasts, or subscribe to any educational newsletters. But most importantly, you need to embrace the mindset of modeling learning. If we want our students to be curious, adaptable, and open minded, we have to demonstrate those qualities by ourselves. So, learning doesn't stop at graduation, it's a journey. And as an educator, we are always growing. That is what is most important. So, before we close, let's recap the three evolving roles of a teacher in the virtual classroom. First, we are the facilitators of learning, guiding students towards exploration, interaction, and independence. Second, we are community builders, creating a space where students feel safe, supported, and connected with us. And third, we are lifelong learners, staying current, engaged, and we have to be open to the change. Teaching online is not about copying your old methods onto a new platform. It is about reimagining what it means to teach and to inspire the students. So, thank you everyone for joining this webinar. If you have any feedback, please write it to us on the email ID, which you can see it on the screen. And please follow our Facebook and Instagram pages for regular updates and learning sessions and courses. Thank you so much.